Hey everyone, and welcome to a bit of a different Pokemon Premier League match this week. This week we are facing a team that is in the Division 2 because it's our break week. So this week we didn't play anyone in their own divisions. We had a break week so we could catch up on the battles because we was a bit behind. So we took this opportunity, a few of us in Division 1 to battle some Division 2 people. And we are going against the Herdier Bremen? ? I can't say words good. But it is coached by H2O Drink It, aka Evelyn. And Evelyn's draft is as follows. It's actually, I don't know, it's pretty good. It's similar to the draft I wanted when I was first drafting. She has Alakazam, Scizor, Hitmontop, Thundurus Incarnate, Feraligatr, Celebi, Darmanitan, Liepard, Mr. Mime, and of course, Bunnelby. So, quite the range there, quite the threats indeed. The major threats I took away from that were Scizor, because Scizor just kind of craps on my team, like in general. And Alakazam kind of scared me out a little bit too. Plus Feraligatr. I didn't really want a Feraligatr sweepy sweeps on me. So this week I'll quickly go through the team. You won't see it on the screen, so you're just going to have to put your listening ears on. I didn't really do like too much. I didn't really do any specialised EVs this week, so it's just the standard 252s for the sets that you would expect. But this week I had a Jolly, Focus Sash, Mamoswine, because Stealth Rocks looked really good against her team to stop Thundurus Volt switching around. Scizor would take okay damage from it, and I didn't want Darmanitan to be able to U-turn around as well. Also with Earthquake Knockoff and Ice Shard. Pretty standard Mamoswine, I'm pretty sure I brought that one before. Next we had the Life Orb Alakazam, which just hits like a truck. Didn't really have much to outspeed Alakazam unless she had something Scarfed, and even Scarfed things didn't really want to take on Alakazam too much. The only thing that would maybe be a Scarf Darmanitan, or if she Scarfed her own Alakazam. So we just put the Life Orb on it and Hidden Power Fire, Energy Ball, Psyshock and Shadow Ball with Timid, just so I wasn't outsped by hers, just in case it came down to that point. Next up we had Specially Defensive Mega Venusaur with Hidden Power Fire, so we wasn't walled by the Scizor, Synthesis Toxic and Giga Drain. I wanted to get a Toxic off on the Feraligatr just in case it started trying to set up. And if I could get a Toxic on Thundurus, because that thing was just going to cause all kinds of problems. And Hidden Power Fire for when Scizor inevitably switched in on Venusaur, because Scizor switching on Venusaur is just like everyone. It just happens. Scizor switches in on Venusaur. Next we had Defensive Vaporeon. Defensive Vaporeon bold with Baton Pass, Scald, Wish and Roar. Roar was there for the Thundurus in case she brought the Thundurus in on Vaporeon and she thought she had the chance to set up a nasty plot. I could just roar it out, expecting me to switch. And Slow Baton Pass was there to work in conjunction with Wish, because I could take a Bullet Punch or a U-turn from Scizor and then Slow Baton Pass and pass the Wish off to something else like Hidden Power Fire, Alakazam, or my next Pokemon, which was a Silk Scarf, Jolly Natured Staraptor. Retrospect, kinda wish it was adamant, but hindsight's 2020. Alright, sorry about that cut. We had issues with people, didn't realise I was recording. But yeah, Staraptor, have Brave Bird, U-turn, Double Edge, Quick Attack. I don't remember if I said that or not. Basically, I wanted to go for a Double Edge on the Thundurus, should it come, or possibly Double Edge on anything. And I wanted her to think I was banded and then bring in possibly the Scizor and then I take it out with a Brave Bird or something. I don't know. I just kind of wanted her to think I was banded in some way, and Silk Scarf just kind of made sense, especially with the Quick Attack too, so I can outspeed Bullet Punch. And last on the team, we have Colberberry Mew, in case she brought the Liepard or Dark Pulse Thundurus or Dark Pulse Alakazam for some reason. I'm pretty sure Alakazam gets Dark Pulse, if not then don't worry, but Dark Pulse for Liepard and Thundurus, and it has Dazzling Gleam, Roost, Flamethrower and Psychic. Dazzling Gleam for the Liepard switch in, Flamethrower for the Scizor switch-in, Psychic for stabby stab damage, and Roost for switches, pretty much. And Mew was a bulky variant with HP and special attack investment. So, that was the team. As you can see on the screen, Evelyn brought Scizor, Alakazam, Thundurus, Liepard, Darmanitan, and a Mr. Mime. So, there was no Feraligatr, which I was kind of glad there wasn't any Feraligatr, and no Celebi either, which was also pretty good. Hitmontop, wasn't really bothered if it came or not, and no Bunnelby as well, which I was actually kind of surprised about. I was expecting Bunnelby to rear its head in this match, because Bunnelby could have actually done some decent work. Like, as ridiculous as it sounds, do some calcs with Bunnelby against my team and just see what Bunnelby could actually do. Anyway, let's get on with the match. I'm probably going to pause the match and explain moves as I go along. If I remember why I made certain moves, I don't know. But let's crack on. I started off with the Mamoswine. As I said, I really wanted Rocks up in this match. It was like a must. She goes for the Grass Knot, which immediately knocks me down to my Sash as I get the Rocks up. So she takes that chance to switch out, recognising this is just Suicide Mamoswine. Really, I went for Ice Shard there just for damage on Thundurus, expecting I just want to knock it out. In case it came down to the situation of me going for Ice Shard against Thundurus again. Retrospect, I could have expected it to be Scarfed or Specs, and gone into Staraptor, but that risk didn't really seem worth the reward, just in case she expected that and went for a Psychic or something just to get damage on something I brought in. So, either way, this move was kind of the move I should have made. I've made, which has its reasons, but I kind of wish I made a different move now. I switch out the Mamoswine, wanted to keep the Ice Shard priority for that Thundurus, as she goes for the Defog, recognising Rocks is a huge problem for her team, and gets the U-turn off as well. As she goes for the U-turn, I expected that and went for a Wish. This move was super dumb, okay? I don't know why, but I just didn't even think of what Mr. Mime could do. I just expected it to maybe go for maybe a screen, like a light screen or something. Instead, it goes for Energy Ball, which knocks me down to 29, which was less than ideal. It gave me a free switch into Staraptor, so I KO'd them Mr. Mime, but a low health Vaporeon is not good, especially since I needed it for Darmanitan and Scizor. She brought in the Liepard there, and I switched out expecting the T-Wave, because I really could not do with Staraptor getting paralysed. So I just brought in Mamoswine here, as she did go for the T-Wave, and I just clicked Ice Shard for damage on Liepard, just in case it's Focus Sash, in case she really prioritised getting a Thunder Wave on Staraptor. But Evelyn went for U-turn, as she goes into Thundurus, knowing I no longer have the Ice Shard, so that was a good bring on her play. I brought in Venusaur here, mainly because it was our special defensive Pokemon, and I didn't really see her bringing Psychic over maybe HP Flying, and I knew Venusaur could take that, and if she wanted to start setting up, I could hit it with a Toxic and Synthesis kind of thing. But Venusaur was just kind of was my one to bring in here, just in case it was Scarf, which later on it turned out it was Scarf, so if I brought in anyone else, it would have done massive damage to, which I wasn't ready for. Venusaur didn't really serve much purpose on the team past soaking up some of these hits. But she goes for the Volt Switch, so she gets some initiative as she goes into Scizor. Like I said, I wanted to get Toxic on that Thundurus, which I missed out on. She has Wing Attack. Mind Explosivo. Did not expect the Wing Attack on Scizor, so that was excellent prep on her part. As I go for the HP Fire, and she has the Ochre Berry as well, so double good prep on her part, as I just kind of have to sack Venusaur at this point, because nothing else wants to take the Wing Attack damage. Bring in Chew the Mew, and go for the Flamethrower, because I outspeed. She must have gone for a U-turn there, which is fine. Scizor didn't really need to be on this team much more. I left Mew in here, not wanting anyone else to take damage from the Liepard as she goes for a U-turn. I go for a Dazzling Gleam, hoping to kill off that Liepard because it has issues, and my Culpa Berry activates on the Dark Pulse. So that prep actually worked, as I get huge damage off on the Thundurus, which was great, because that puts it within range of a Staraptor Quick Attack. which is exactly what I wanted. Evelyn goes into Darmanitan here. It's going to take out anyone on my team at this range, so it was pretty much like a free kill for her at this point. I just go for Roost, hoping to take a Flare Blitz, or just expecting her to switch in general, because like I said, when she was so low health, if she killed off Mew, I could have brought in Staraptor, hit her with a quick attack, and taken out the Thundurus, and she wanted to prioritise that Thundurus, keep it around. But she goes for another U-turn on Darmanitan. That's why I really wanted the rocks on this team, as her team would be very low health now. But she goes into Liepard, and she Pursuit Trapped me. I kind of figured she'd Pursuit Trap me, so I didn't even bother trying to switch. Go into Vaporeon here, as she goes for another U-turn. Rocks would have been so good in this match. Would have been so good. I go for the Wish. At this point, really wish I had Protect over Roar, because if I had a full HP Vaporeon, then Darmanitan could do nothing to me really, and neither could the Liepard, because it was a physical Liepard, so there wasn't much it could do. It knocks me out of U-turn though. I'm not sure if that was a high roll or a low roll, I'm not too sure, but it knocks me out of U-turn regardless. As I go into Alakazam here, that's the point I figure out that it's Scarf, because it outspeeds me, as I went for a Shadow Ball, kind of expecting... I expected Liepard to come in, and I just wanted to click Shadow Ball for damage on something. I didn't want to go for Psychic, and the prediction actually worked, because it took down her Alakazam, which was an issue for Staraptor. She goes into her Liepard and has the Sucker Punch, so she had Pursuit and Sucker Punch. At this point, I pretty much lost. Like, if she didn't have Sucker Punch, maybe we could have won. But at this point, I've lost because I only have attacking moves. So she can click Sucker Punch. Liepard is going to outspeed me regardless. And if not, the Thundurus was choice scarfed anyway, so that would just come in and OHKO me with Volt Switch probably. So either way at this point, I'd lost whether I had Quick Attack or not. But Sucker Punch done a lot of damage. Quick Attack fails to knock it out, as she had 30 EVs in HP or something, or like 38 EVs in HP, which prevented Quick Attack from knocking out even with the Silk Scarf boost. And she finished me off with Sucker Punch. So the Herdier Bremen take the match. So overall, pretty fun match. Rocks would have been a game changer, because as you can see at this point, Liepard had 11 HP left. Thundurus has 10 HP left. And Darmanitan came in twice, which would have put it at 50%. So if I had Rocks up, that would have been like... that would have pretty much probably given me the match, to be honest. But she played well. I had a fun match. Like I said, it was just a little match between D1 and D2 people. But it was fun. It was fun. So make sure you come back to the channel next week, where we'll be having our regularly scheduled D1 matches, and we will be taking on the person who is #1 in the league. We will be taking on #1 in the league, the Newcastle United, run by Fufu Sam, and that's going to be a terrifying match, but fun nonetheless. So thank you guys for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure you leave a like. If you didn't enjoy it, leave a dislike, and I will see you all for the next part very, very soon. So take care, and bye-bye.